This is Suzanne Wagner. I hope everyone had a fabulous Thanksgiving, even if it was a little bit more intimate and private and quiet. We had a great Thanksgiving. It was absolutely the best ever, and I'm so grateful for family that decided to get COVID tested before they came out, which is great, and then isolated after they got their test results. So we are doing the numerology and the astrology for 11/27/2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 15. If you add the 1 and the 5 together, you get the number 6. The 6 is related to Saint Hildegard, who was a fabulous musician, composer, and artist, and stained glass artist, and a nun, and a very powerful spiritual seeker. And so this number is that number of the spiritual seeking wisdom, that you want to go into yourself and into the solitude and into the quiet in order to find the answers. But it is definitely related to art and creativity. And here we are on a long weekend, and I wanted to ask the question, what relaxes you creatively? What kind of art opens your heart and makes us marvel at its creation? I love music for that. It might be a great day to really get inspired and listen to some of your favorite music and just let that, open your heart and mind. And so what vibrates our heart and excites our mind is where our soul actually lives. It means that if you can appreciate such beauty, we can also help create such beauty. And there are many ways to do that. We don't need to be a painter to be an artist. We can paint with words, emotions, connections, and how we vibrate can alter the trajectory of others' minds and hearts. That is because we are a work of art by the divine. We are designed to vibrate in such a way, and we will align with and vibrate with those things that have a frequency that is familiar or that can harmonize with us. The number 6 is an artistic number, but it is a number that is designed to help guide you towards things that ignite your spirit and help you feel alive and at one with this world and the universe. Philosophy is also an art. Our homes are an expressionistic manifestation of everyone who lives there. How we dress each day tells us something about who we are and how we feel and what we value. Today, see yourself as an expression of that creative juice, your passion, and the divine spark that has been given to you to play with in this realm. Love yourself, appreciate who you have become, and love all the beauty around you right now. The astrology today. While all the retailers have been having early Black Friday options, today is a Taurus moon, which is one of those things that makes each of us look at a purchase and hope that it has a longer and more lasting value. But be careful, because Uranus is also in Taurus, and it is connecting to the Venus-Uranus opposition, and you may want to overindulge, and that may not be the best of ideas right here. There is a craving for connecting to others, and yet you need your independence. These can work together if you are mindful and understand that balance inwardly. What continues to be clear is that the old patterns are finally falling away, and it becomes more and more clear that those things that have outgrown their usefulness are finally dispersing into the ethers. But it is also not time for new relationships and new financial dealings. The old needs to be cleared out so we can see where we really are and what we have to rebuild. Careful evaluations are necessary. Expect surprises over the next few days, and know that this feeling of restlessness is necessary for reaching beyond our normal ways and new habits that we have been living. It is good to break things up in a conscious, safe, and constructive way. Conversations take on a new life, and because of the desire to go deep into the unknown. There is a deep yearning to understand on a psychological level. Mercury forms a sextile to Pluto, and that allows that probing quality to amplify and for us to see beyond the familiar. Overall, just practice patience and know that big decisions are coming up soon. While you do not have to have all the information necessary, you do have enough to begin to open doors that were previously closed. And my quote for today: we are all part of one soul that is seeking to find the parts and reflections of itself. So I had this great dream last night, and in that dream I was exploring the whole energetic vibrational medicine cycle, and I realized so much in that dream, and so I wanted to, with my blog, share some of that with you today. So so much in life we create or manifest from the vibration we carry. The vibrations and frequencies we are around and manage to absorb, and the natural environment vibrations that support us to shift, heal, reconnect, and see life differently. The older I get, the more I see that vibrational connection is something that so often healers hold, but they don't even completely understand. I do believe that there are amazing souls that are born with and carry a unique vibration that they manage to move through life in some miraculous way. They learn techniques for healing and transformation, but it's not about the tools they learned. It is the frequency of energy that they carry and how that flow attracts certain quantum particles and positive God connection. I recognize the great value of positive thinking, especially when it is grounded in the reality that is authentic and honest. I see the great teachers and gurus and know that they weave and spin philosophy and energy in tapestries of inclusion that manage to connect to individuals in special ways that fill in the gaps that they are carrying and allow them to see the divinity within that has been held away by the broken vectors in their meridians that lifetimes of damage and neglect have thrown their way. That is very powerful, to be in the aura of a guru, because you can see through their eyes, perspective, and experience, and it changes you. Sometimes, if you're lucky, forever. Their energy field is so strong that they can literally transform those in their auric field into higher vibrating soul expressions. The problem is that when some of them leave their presence, they can often fall back into their own lower vibration, as it is difficult, if not impossible, to hold on to vibrational energy that is constantly fluctuating. I know this varying vibrational and frequency energy in different ways with people. Some carry it as a baby. You can see it and sense it when you look deep in their eyes. They walk in with something special, and that can often never go away. Some people grow into this majesty that they hold as they mature, and it's as if each soul has a planned time to flower and grow. Sorry, suddenly coughing today. I have seen some people whose life experiences have been so traumatic that they were given no other choices beyond collapsing and giving up, or rising up, finding confidence and standing for what is right and leaping completely out of their experience into their potential. I see others that work diligently towards enlightenment through meditation, spiritual practices, and rituals designed to expand the mind and see the illusion of realness that is this incarnation's expression. I see others who strove to attain beauty in art, and that desire to express something from the highest place of human consciousness was the driving force in their life. And as their life became the very art that they loved, they gained great wisdom, compassion, and peace. All these paths have one thing in common: the expression and seeking of a familiar frequency, resonance, and vibration that is in alignment with the highest calling of that soul. That yearning for connection and energy magnetically draws God particles towards you. That is how luck happens, though I do not think it's actually luck. I think it's the call of attraction for a soul to connect and find symmetry with others in a way that allows us to feel in harmony with something or someone. We are all part of one soul that is seeking to find the parts and reflections of itself. So, start to really notice certain people hold a certain vibration. You might notice that I hold a certain vibration. I really notice it all the time. And when I did a lot of body work for 25 plus years, I really got that people weren't coming just for a massage, that they were coming for an energy that I carried, and a type of love and caring and connection to them, so that most people don't spend their life not ever feeling that anyone is really connecting with them on a high level, and seeing them for who they really are, accepting them for who they really are. And in massage, because it's oftentimes quiet and silent, people feel received. They feel heard and received. And as a massage therapist, I would be focusing my energy completely on that person, and sending my consciousness and my love and my God connection into them. And there were many times that somebody came in with something that was going on with their body, and I honestly didn't know how to heal it. And people would say, "Oh, Suzanne, you're like the best healer," and I'm like, actually, I'm not. I see people that had so many more techniques and a better understanding of this nerve's connection to this muscle and how the fascia would go, and I knew a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I mean there were people that were just blew my mind. But their focus was different than mine, and mine was in trying to love that person in a safe, healthy, conscious, constructive way for them. And if I did that right, they would just open like a flower, and they would receive that energy. And that had consequences and challenges at times, because if a person hasn't felt loved and then they actually feel a genuine love coming towards them, they will try to attach to it sometimes, and they'll try and hook. And that's not what it's about either. It's about this energy exchange of appreciation and concern and care. And, there were many times I was working on somebody and I just would say, God, I don't know how to help them. And I want to help them. So use me as a vehicle to bring something through. And I would literally feel as if someone or something was standing behind me and would step into my body, and my hands would get really hot. And people would even say, God, your hands just got really hot. And I'd be like, yeah, I know. I know, that's sort of weird. And I knew something was happening. And then miraculous things would happen. And I never had the illusion that it was me. I mean, I recognized that I was a vehicle for a vibration of energy moving through me, and that when that vibration comes through, it actually alters how the meridians move through, and how the vectors that are broken in the body can reattach or synchronistically come together. I mean, it would even feel like it was sort of like a soldering of, that I had like a solder, and I was connecting something that was broken, and then the energy would run through again. And I think all healers do this, whether they're conscious of it or not. I don't think I'm like the only one doing it. I think acupuncture does it. I mean, they do it with the needles, and they activate points. But more and more and more, it's like I recognize that I'm attracted to a certain vibration of people, and I'm not attracted to people who carry a vibration that either I can't merge with or I can't connect to authentically without it being icky and having weird hooks. Because I think connection, when it's got strange orientation or doesn't serve the highest good, also actually isn't good. It doesn't work, and it doesn't work over the long haul. So, today, start to notice, how do you vibrate? I mean, do you vibrate in a certain way? Do you notice that if you watch the news, you vibrate worse? Do you notice if you listen to something that's inspiring, you vibrate better? I notice that all the time. It's one of the reasons that I don't read a ton of books. I read very, very specific books. And I read those books because vibrationally they're holding a higher frequency, and that inspires me to reach up to a higher frequency. And I don't associate with things that are holding a frequency that actually is exhausting to me or it pulls me down. So start to notice those things. I think those things are really important. And I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And Be safe and be healthy. Thanks.